Holy heck, what's up, peeps? Welcome back to the channel. I'm freaking tired, man. Tired of this drama, tired of this beef, but today we're breaking down the full video in the meetup between FaZe Grace, or Grace Van Dien, and FaZe Rain. And a lot of people on both sides of this drama just seems to have gone so far, so much further than I think anyone would have thought. When the FaZe Clan first signed Grace, did any of you guys think we would now be here? Last night we broke down FaZe Clan making their statement as they have now sided with Grace on the mistreatment, quote unquote, the treatment of Grace by Rain and by the community after her signing. I'm sure Rain is probably drumming up a response on all of this, but his previous video had the two meeting up seemingly to solve the drama, to kind of just, you know, crush the beef, get over it. Unfortunately, that's not how it went. So we're going to break down step by step how this video went, and of course the aftermath, Grace's response, threatening to leave FaZe Clan, and ask all of you, where do you stand on the current drama between FaZe Rain and Grace Van Dien? And so to kick things off and summarize as short as possible, the two meet up and seemingly Grace blaming Rain for the hate that has been directed towards her because of Rain's comments.
I would have said the same thing. Doesn't matter who it was.
Which is because
right?
there's no
Could have been a
face
guy,
for
could
the
have been a
people
girl.
that you hate. Because there's no face,
It's
there's
harder.
no logo.
Yeah.
Because there's no face, your fans see that and they see my face and they're like, okay, well, we'll direct all our hate that he has at her.
But this is my thing. They already knew what my position at FaZe was. I was exposing everything from numbers.
But they didn't
records.
have a face to hate.
For sure, but like, why would they even put you in that position? Why would they put you in a position knowing what would happen? You think they thought there's not 1% chance that they thought it was going to go well for you, but they did it anyway.
But it's still not deserved of me.
For sure, but that's why I said it's never about you. If you watch my original video, I said.
But I'm getting death threats and people have found my number.
Yeah, I mean.
I don't know how they found my number.
That's something obviously I don't want, and I never directed hate towards you. The only reason I said what I said was because of the kitchen.
And that's understandable, because no matter what, yes, she was going to get hate for her signing because she doesn't necessarily mesh perfectly with the FaZe Clan brand. That was bound to happen, but it's hard to argue against that she didn't get more hate because of the comments that Rain made. And then Rain tries to argue that, okay, you were gonna get hate regardless because you're joining FaZe Clan and you know you don't necessarily fit the image correctly. That was his counter argument. Then the two seem to be getting along, and actually Rain brings this up several times, whether on Discord, sharing pictures of their dogs, the messages between the two, the laughing back and forth. It was probably a little uncomfortable, but for a while during this video, it seemed like the two were actually gonna make up. You know, Rain was gonna apologize again in person, and things were gonna be okay.
That way, but whatever, kids, shock value, they say crazy things, so I never trip on kids. Like, they don't know what they're doing. They're gonna grow up and not be that way, for the most part. Some might be fucking trolls forever, but generally I've seen so many kids, like you probably said crazy things too when we were 13. We all did, all the COD kids, like.
Yeah, which is
so
why
that's why
I'm used to the comments like you made.
Yeah,
I think I wasn't prepared for joining an org and one of the founders of the org giving me the same reaction that I get in gaming.
But also know that never came before you asked for it. I was being so polite. I swear
You should have trolled me in a more creative way. Why are you using 2013 insults?
But I'm not, I don't even know, but like, I didn't even say anything. I mean, other until after, but in the beginning, in the first one, I said nothing bad. I kept saying you're a wholesome person, you're nice. The Among Us thing I trolled, the Tumblr thing I trolled, but that's fun.
Don't it seem like we're about to become best friends right there? Like everything's good.
And this even led to the OD comment that Grace made mentioning Rain's OD over 2 years ago, and him saying that he didn't really care about it. The comment that she made. So, you know, Grace was offended by the sexist remarks, or the remarks that he said that, you know, he would not let her touch him even in his drunkest night, calling her excruciatingly mid. She was offended by that. Rain made it clear that he was not offended by the comments that she brought up about the OD, and they go back and forth about that for a while.
I came after you in a totally different wrong way.
Yeah, and I don't care about that because I realized, like, who cares? You didn't say anything bad. You said I'm proud of you. Like, who cares? Like, I'm not.
And
tripping.
I am. I also talked in the video about how my mom is
I
into
heard
drugs.
that.
My dad is 28 years sober, and he hates your guts right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
But he also.
But no, I just never took it that way. You know what I mean? I was in like a wheelchair for 2 years, and I got hurt a lot. Like, I promise you, no pussy on the internet can hurt my feelings. Like, it's actually impossible.
Then kind of an odd part during this video, and some people, yeah, this is definitely not something you want to tweet out, especially at a younger age, but Grace brings up, and they had like a $10 million bet about FaZe Rain and what he tweeted 10 years ago, and it's very bad. Keep in mind, it's back from 2013. I'm not sure why this had to be brought up, but it was, and we'll get back on this in a second. Grace brings up some sexist / misogynistic things. She's kind of trying to say that a lot of FaZe Clan members have embodied that. And then they talk about a $10 million bet that Rain has never said the R word, the hard R word. And she pulls up a tweet from 2013 where he said he would R-word Emma Watson, and he didn't believe it was real, but it was real. And this was from 10 years ago. I'm not sure why this was part of the video, but Grace brought it up, and then she made a video about it as well. To which, rightfully so, Rain was like, whoa, that's bad. You know, he admits that he said those kind of things back in the day, and it certainly was bad. Don't get me wrong. You shouldn't be tweeting that kind of stuff. Only from my perspective, you know, it's 2023. You know, so that's something he said when he was a kid that should not be said. It just felt a little out of place for this video.
There have been, like, I know that maybe things have upgraded and changed a bit, but since the beginning, you guys make pretty sexist comments, pretty degrading comments.
Example,
I mean, I've seen your tweets where you're joking about.
Okay, I have to pause it here because I have to say something. She's about to pull out a terrible tweet of mine from 2013. That was bad. And there's probably even worse tweets out there. I'm not going to lie. Like, I've deleted a lot of them whenever I've seen them. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I tweeted that. You were there back in the community. We all tweeted really, really bad things. And I don't know if you guys want to demonize me for the tweet. It was me responding to Tensor, and I said the R word, and I said it about Emma Watson for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I did. I don't even know Emma Watson like that. He must have like loved Emma Watson. I just responded with some crazy troll shit. So I'm just saying I'm being honest about what I tweeted because I don't want him to try to use it against me, make it seem like I'm something I'm not. I don't even know why I'm like over defending a 2013 tweet, but
then it seems, and this is just my perspective on the video, Rain apologized on Twitter and he apologized in person. It felt like Grace was looking for a specific apology of him saying, hey, what I did was wrong. I am sorry for doing it. As opposed to just saying, hey, sorry all of this happened to you. It just felt like she was waiting for the correct apology and the right wording of Rain sorry, as opposed to him just saying sorry that all this happened, you know? If that makes sense. That's what it felt like throughout this video as it slowly progressed towards the end and then just got completely out of hand where the two very clearly were not going to agree. And it also feels like you have Rain, who's not going to be offended by anything because he grew up in this community that, you know, has said some pretty brash and crazy things, and he was very, you know, kind of just chilled about everything she had to say, as opposed to Grace was really stuck on the things that he had said and wasn't going to move on until he properly said his sorries. And then it got very emotional, and Rain was talking about it, and it led to her tearing up and getting very emotional about this. And I'm not sure why FaZe Clan had a cameraman recording this. I would assume that if the two met up and actually agreed and got over their beef, that this was going to become a FaZe Clan video of some sort. But then she threatens to leave FaZe Clan and walks out, and the two did not make up. And there was a theory out there that this was acting. This seems to be very real. Then after all of this, and amidst people reviewing this video as it just went live, FaZe Clan made their statement, siding with Grace after all of this and her treatment, again splitting the community as Rain responded to that. And you do still see a lot of people on both sides, people siding with Grace because somehow all of this has happened to her, which is awful, and then people still siding with Rain because what the heck is happening to FaZe Clan throughout all of this. And then very lastly for all of you, we have Grace tweeting out a video. The video focuses on the tweet that she found of FaZe Rain back in 2013 involving the hard R word. So she just made that a whole video, which I'm not going to play for you guys. I don't want to play that word here. But at the end of that video, she then pops up a phrase saying that if you want to, if you want to change the fruits, you have to change your roots. And people thinking, okay, what does that mean? Does that mean you want to change the sentiment inside FaZe Clan? Does that mean you want to change the people inside FaZe Clan? People are going to take it that way. I don't know what is meant by this, but I think people will take it as, okay, if you want to change FaZe Clan and how they are viewed, you got to change the people inside it, maybe the OG members. I think she just means she wants to change what is FaZe Clan. I don't think she meant it that seriously, but I don't know. After everything that's going on, I simply don't know.
I want to stop sexism in the gaming industry.
Okay, but I mean, if you feel what I said was necessarily sexist, I don't.
I do. You wouldn't have said
That's
it if I was
crazy.
a guy.
I mean, guys call guys ugly as fuck all the fucking time.
You wouldn't have said that you wouldn't let me touch you on your drunkest night.
Well, guys have different. You just say different. If I was.
Like, I don't even know where this conversation is going right now. It's just so random. So just
But I'm a straight male. If I was a gay male would say something about that. It's not about sexism. It's just about what your preference is as a man. For me personally.
Dude, it got weird at this point. It just started talking about weird stuff, so ignore that part.
Like, I mean, you can see it how you want to see it, obviously. That's a whole different conversation. But again, I meant no sexism and I had no intention to hurt your feelings. And that's why I felt really bad. People think it's because of backlash, so I don't give a fuck. I didn't even see any, to be honest. Because I didn't check the other stuff. I only saw my interactions. I didn't really see backlash, to be honest.
I mean, there was intention to hurt my feelings.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't. You asked for a barbecue, and I delivered. At George Foreman.
And that's still hurting my feelings.
Yeah, I know. And I understand that, and that's why I apologize. So
but you just said that you knew that that was too far and that you should have.
Yeah, I know. But like I said, the video just didn't hit. Whatever. I understand it. That's why I'm apologizing. I don't know what else you would.
Please, somebody do like an apology count of how many times I've apologized to her already for the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Please, including the one on Twitter too. Don't leave that one out.
Want me to do? Do you want me just to be demonized as a horrible human for calling you mid that I went to with my drunk this night? Like, what do you want? You want me to forever just like, who gives a fuck? Because it's like you want to super victimize yourself over that. Okay, then I guess I'm hurt. How dare you? How dare you bring up the worst time in my life? I'm fucking hurt. How dare you? It's like, what are we talking about? I'm fucking hurt. I almost died. And I called you mid and you responded something that almost took my life. That almost left my mom without a son and support. See, I can play that fucking game all day.
I'm an actor too, bitch.
Fuck that game. I don't give a fuck. And it's like, how could you let other people hurt your feelings? Do you not believe in yourself? Are you not a confident woman? You should be. You should be. You've accomplished great things. You should feel confident in yourself.
Am I
fuck
not
all
a
that.
confident woman? You don't know me.
So then how's this hurting your feelings? If I called you mid, you should be like, fuck him. Who cares what I say? And if you bring up my drug past, are you getting emotional?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just speaking the truth. I don't want you to get emotional.
I don't like you.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just being very logical. I understand how you feel, but you brought things up against me. How do you expect me to react?
I think you're a terrible person.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, she's pulling the acting shit out now. Because I said that
Pulling the acting shit out now?
How am I a terrible person for what?
Pulling the acting shit out now.
How am I a terrible person? Explain.
I don't owe you an explanation, actually.
And I owe you an explanation.
Macho, tell Vera that I'm not doing this video, and if they release anything, then I'm leaving, please.
And that's where we are. I have to imagine FaZe Rain is going to make a response video to FaZe Clan's statement about all of this, and it's just become so, I mean, overdrawn, overblown, and that's why some people thought this was all fake, because who knows? It's just like how it got this serious, and I don't know why it took FaZe Clan 48 hours to respond on all of this. I'm glad they responded to begin with, but I mean, that's just going to piss people off all the more when you side with a new signee compared to an OG person, despite that OG person being the same person going after FaZe Clan and their upper management. It is an absolute crap show. That's what it is. And that's all I can really describe FaZe Clan right now. It is literally, it's on fire, and I don't know what is going on. So what do you guys think about all of this? And it's also so divisive and so polarizing. There seems to be no one on the internet that can just be right in the middle going, okay, I don't agree with everything Rain said, I don't agree with everything Grace said, and I don't agree with the way that FaZe Clan is handling all of this. Straight up, this is a nightmare situation. I've never seen anything like it. So have a good rest of your morning, okay? Till next time, take care. Okay, bye.